How are you, my fans, sneak peepers, and curious friends? I am difficult and demanding. If you want to know my real name, then hold still, and I might bring your wish to fruition. Before we begin, you can find this podcast show in iTunes, Spotify, iHeartRadio, SoundCloud, Blueberry, Google Play Music, TuneIn, YouTube, and Stitcher. This is the I'm Difficult and Demanding podcast, keeping it real, uncensored, and shooting straight between the eyes. The third eye, that is. I am going to hit you with explicit truth. This solo show is outrageously honest and keenly witty with a view into life. Yes, I said life. That's what we do every day when we wake up from sleeping. We are living life. Well, some of us at least. Let's get something straight. Really, really straight. I am truly, actually, habitually, and shamelessly difficult and demanding. And I completely own it. Now, I don't ask for much because I expect and receive it all. I firmly believe that if you expect shit, you will receive shit. What does that mean? Well, it means expect nothing but the best and don't settle for less. As always, I, your host, Tara, am keeping it real and uncensored. So what do you need? What can I give to you? Has your week been long and hard or short and simple? Well, let's forget about that. The most important thing is how you end your week, which is with me. So dive into episode 67 of the I'm Difficult and Demanding podcast. I want you in my life, but I need you over there. Do I really have to choose? I can have both. I know this. I have these needs. It is consuming me. I can't take it anymore. I'm going to define my life. It's about me, and it's about time for me to live my best life. Say hello to my family. This is my husband, this is my son, and this is my lover. Before I begin, I am going to do a call out. What's a call out? Well, it's not a shout out. I am calling out you motherfucking lurkers. If you have entered my world, then be honest with yourself about it. You want to be here, and you know I want you here, so follow me on Instagram and Twitter. Finally, climb aboard and enjoy the entire show, because I am giving you plenty of ridiculous honesty. Once the podcast episode ends, I am keeping it going on my Instagram page at Difficult and Demanding and on my Twitter page at Mrs. D and D. Hello, everyone. I hope you are doing very, very well. Thank you for listening to me. This episode is probably going to be as off the wall as my other ones. So all I can say is just strap on your seatbelt and let's figure out what the hell is going to come out of my mouth, because I don't know what's going to come out of it until I hear it like you do. So let's proceed. What I am focusing on today is another article that I read. And this article is called When a Boyfriend Joins the Marriage. Have I piqued your interest? Of course I have. It's called When a Boyfriend Joins the Marriage. Now, a number of you are shocked and shaken. Some of you are like, hell yes. And some of you are like, hell motherfucking no. It's not going to happen. Not with me. Whatever. The fact is, we're human beings. We are living life. Some of us are living life to the fullest, living our best life. Some of you motherfuckers are living in a closet, living in shackles, caring too much about what other people think, and choosing to live that picture perfect life when you and I both know you're suffocated and goddamn miserable. But who knows? Who the fuck cares? It's your choice. So when a boyfriend joins the marriage, you're probably thinking, how does that happen? Who would let that happen? WTF? I want to know more. I want to hear more. How do I get that? Is it a way? I mean, just so many different thoughts are going through your head. And you also are hoping that no one knows that you are listening to this and you may have an interest. But we're going to proceed. A husband and wife agreed that the wife could have sex on the side as long as he didn't have to know about it. But then she fell in love. But we're going to take a step back. A husband and wife agreed that the wife could have sex on the side as long as he didn't have to know about that. So what do you guys think about that, huh? Husband and wife, they are legally married, and the wife asks for permission to have sex on the side, and the husband agrees. That's out there, isn't it? It is out there, because a lot of people, you know what they like to do? They like to sneak and do that shit. Yes. And I don't know why sneaking is the preferred way. I guess for some, it's very thrilling, it's exciting, it's forbidden. It's the buildup of tension and desire and passion of when and how you're going to get to the next person. But me personally, I don't like living with secrets. I like to lay things bare ass, butt ass naked. This is what it is. This is what it was. This is how it's going to be. What do you want to do about it? I like to approach things head on, bull's eye, straight on. But for others, it's the thrill. It's the excitement. It's the maybe getting caught, not getting caught, covering your tracks. But that's a lot of fucking work. And I don't like to work that fucking hard, to be honest with you. I would rather be enjoying myself, carefree, free, living life than lying. But I know sometimes life gives you circumstances in which you are making the best decision that you can at that point in time. But some of you, your brains, your minds are stuck in one lane, in a box, and you can only see or envision relationships being one way and one way only. And you think it's it's not right for anyone to be married and for the man or the woman to be having sex on the side with anyone else. But we're grown ass people. You and I both know that life does not pan out the way you expect. When life starts happening to you, you have to figure out how you're going to adjust and adapt. And a lot of people take the easy way. The easy way is to shove it down, to act like you don't have any needs, act like you don't have any wants, just rationalize saying this is what it is, this is how life should be. But no, life is how the fuck you want it to be. You are living the life of your choice. And because you don't have the courage or the loyalty to yourself to go after what you want and be forthright and have self-awareness, you're sitting miserable, stifled, unfulfilled, but you're painting on your fucking happy face like this is what it is, this is what it's about. No. So when this husband gave this wife permission to have sex outside their marriage, I think that's fucking wonderful. I think it's bold. I think it's highly loving. And you say, how can that be loving? How can it not be loving? If you really love someone, I'm from the school of thought. If you can't give them what the fuck they need, how they need it, when they need it, why they need it, why in the hell should that person sacrifice? Why in the hell should that person go without? Why should that person be deprived? Why in the fuck do anyone need to be fucking deprived? If you can't do the job, or if you don't want to do the job, why are you holding back your supposed loved one from being happy? Now, I'm not saying that person should leave you. If they want to stay with you, y'all be together. But just because for some reason you can't do X, Y, or goddamn Z, why should I ever be deprived? Why should I go without? Life is meant to be lived. Life is meant to be fulfilled. We are meant to be touched, caress, lick, stick, spanked, yanked, whatever you want to get into. Bite, scratch, whatever, hair, whatever you like to do. I'm asking you, just because you have lost interest, just because you don't have a libido, just because you, for whatever reason you choose, you're not interested in engaging sexually, what fucking ever. Why in the hell would your counterpart, your spouse, your partner, why in the fuck should they go without? You're saying because they married you and that's what it's supposed to be, for better or worse. For better or worse. Yes. For better or for worse, when it's working for two people. If you're not delivering your end of the bargain because you choose not to, or you cannot, and this person is miserable and going without, why would you take away your loved one's life force, their energy? Why can't you be open-minded and understanding that, you know what? I love this person. They love me. They have these needs, and I know I cannot fulfill them. And I know that I'm done trying to do the shit. So why can't I be selfless and more loving and open enough to let them do what they need to do so they can come back home to you? The happier they are, the happier you are. What do you think about that? The happier your partner, your spouse is, the happier you can be. So your motto is, you're fucked up, they should be fucked up alongside you. How's that love? Love is about give and take. And clearly you are taking because you're not giving to your partner, your spouse. So you're taking and they're supposed to receive what? They should be happy with your companionship. They should be happy with your presence. But what makes you happy does not make them happy. And at the end of the day, why the fuck are you together? You're together because you are there to enhance one another's life. You're there to supplement one another's life. You're there to complement one another's life. Where do we get these notions that we should go without? The people who should go without sex, making love, fucking, are the ones who want to go without. But if you don't want to go without and you need that shit, I believe you should go get that shit. When you have needs and they don't get met, it starts to fucking kill you inside. It guts you. It depletes your life force and your energy. It takes away your charisma, your magnetism. It takes away from your soul, your being. So because you are with a partner who may or may not have an issue, I don't give a fuck. The fact is, are you delivering? And if you can't deliver one way, you need to bring that fucking shit another way. That's another thing. We think that because what? Our cootie cat doesn't get wet. Our hands don't work. We just think just because we can't do the basic shit, that means that the person should go without. No, if you can't deliver it this way, then you better get creative and start delivering shit another way. And we don't place that expectations on others. We let people tell us, I'm sorry, I'm not in the mood, I don't feel well, I don't want to do it, I'm stressed, I'm tired, da 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 da. And eventually enough time goes by, they expect you to lose interest. They expect your desire to wane. They're playing you for a fucking 2-bit fool. But I want to get back on track. You can't deliver it this way. Let's say your pussy's dry, whatever. Your mouth is fucking wet. Oh, you seem taken aback by what the fuck I just said? Why? I'm trying to expand people's minds. Don't let any motherfucker tell you, no, I can't deliver. No. What you say? You can't deliver what? Huh? You can't deliver what? Oh, well, I don't get as wet as I used to. Sex is too painful for me. Okay. It's painful where? It's painful in your pussy? Okay, I got that. Your mouth still motherfucking works. You're offended? Why are you offended? That's what you do for the people you love. If you can't deliver one way, you come up with another way to blow their motherfucking minds. You think I'm unreasonable? I think you're unrealistic. And I think we cut people too much goddamn slack as far as what they need to do in a relationship. You're in a relationship for a reason. You're not there to take up fucking space and air. If you don't want the position, then why in the fuck should you hold the position? Step the fuck down and let someone else take your goddamn place. That's what I'm feeling. You think because you fell in love, you think because you have history, that guarantees you something? What the fuck does that guarantee you? You are feeling entitled. You feel privileged. Having someone in your life next to you as a partner is a fucking blessing. And we don't act as such. We think that, you know what? This person said they love me. This person said they committed to me. They should stay with me. They are mine. Nobody's yours except your own motherfucking ass. Let's be clear. You don't own shit except for yourself. That's another thing. We think because we are in a relationship. We think because we say, I love you. We think because we're committed. We think we own another motherfucker. You don't own a goddamn thing. You don't own me. You only get me if you deliver. If you're not delivering, my life is passing me the fuck by. Why in the fuck am I gonna let my life pass me by? No, I want to be on that ride enjoying my life. You're saying, well, shit happens in life. Shit's always going to happen in life. That's why you need to take your happiness. You need to take your bliss where the fuck you can get it. Now, am I saying be hurtful? No. Am I saying being deceitful? No. What I'm saying is I take responsibility. I take ownership for my life, for my happiness, for my future, my present, and my past. And I will be damned if I let anyone dictate how the fuck I live my life. I'm not going to be deprived. I'm not going to sacrifice. Now, if you can't deliver something, I understand. You tell me why. You tell me when you're going to make it up to me, and you tell me how the fuck you're going to make it up to me. When it comes time for you to make it up to me, you're telling me, well, I can't give you this. Okay? If you can't give me that, then what the fuck are you substituting the shit for? Because you can't hold position in my life until you're delivering. If you can't deliver it from the left side, you better come from the motherfucking right side. If you can't come from the right side, you better come from the top down, the bottom up, the front and the back. I don't care what you do. All I know is the end goal needs to be the same. I don't care what direction you approach it from, but you better goddamn deliver. We cut people too much slack. We hand over the reins of our happiness, of our life to another. How are you going to hand over your happiness to another when the person you're with is miserable as fucking hell? We have to take ownership for who we are, what we want, how we want it, where we're going to get it from. You're saying, well, I love this person. You can keep loving the person. But the fact is, are your needs getting met? Life is hard as it is. And if you are sitting there like a fool, getting played, getting deprived, getting depleted, sacrificing, and you are not getting your needs met, I'm asking you what the fuck is wrong with you? You're saying it's not right. What's not right? This person can't deliver. Okay. They can't deliver. Have compassion. Have empathy. But that person is their own person. They are an individual. You are also an individual. We make the mistakes of getting in relationships and thinking that two people become one. No. You're still two goddamn people, and you need to act as such. How long do you think you can maintain your martyrdom? You want to be a martyr? How long do you think your patience and your deprivation is going to survive? How long do you think you can be undermined, questioning, judging yourself, thinking you have issues where there are none? How long you think that shit's going to last? For some people, it lasts a short time. For other people, it lasts years. But let me tell you how life works. If you are allowing yourself to be deprived because you are some type of martyr, you are sacrificing beyond your threshold just because you love someone in your relationship. Let me tell you what the fuck happens. Eventually, when your needs are not getting met, one day, fate, life, the universe, whatever you want to call it, is going to put someone in front of you. You're going to cross paths with someone who's going to make you remember. They are going to evoke the shit that you have buried, you have locked away, you have forgotten, you have tried to water down, numb. No, you're going to meet a motherfucker who's going to bring you the fuck back to life. And when that shit happens, it's over. There's nothing you can do. There's nothing you can say. When something that has been asleep, has been dormant for a long time, and you meet the right one who awakens that shit, it's over. You can never go back to that comatose state. So for all of you who are in these sexless of relationships, lacking affection, lacking caressing, kissing, hugging, holding, intimacy, romance, I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. One or both of you are going to meet someone eventually who's going to cross your goddamn path, and you're going to look at them, they're going to look at you, and it's going to be like, woo, you're going to be hit like a fucking with a lightning bolt. They're going to shock your fucking ass back to life. And then you're going to realize how hungry you are. You're going to be looking around at your partner, your spouse, saying, what the fuck happened? What the fuck is this? How did I let this happen? What am I going to do? Where am I going to go? I got these needs and I can no longer deny that shit. Then that's when it really gets complicated. What I'm saying to you is, don't wait that long. Be proactive. Own your shit. Grab the reins. Be proactive. Now, if that person cannot accommodate you, meaning they can't fulfill you sexually, and they're not willing to be open-minded and loving enough to let you go get your needs met so you can come the fuck back home, then guess what I do? I guess that relationship is over. So unless that person brings some new tricks to the goddamn table, your relationship is over. Most human beings need intimacy. They need to be touched. They need to be kissed. They need to be caressed. They need to be yanked, spanked, scratched, whatever the fuck you get into. We need that shit. That is a part of our well-being. That's a part of making us happy and healthy. We need that. We need it. We need to get our motherfucking worlds rocked. Heads banged the fuck out. We need that shit. I don't care if you like it for a minute or you like going at it for an hour. It doesn't matter. We need it in our own ways. So if you think that you're being honorable, you think you're being good by continuing some shit that's not working, I don't care if 2/3 of your relationship is right. If you don't have the whole pie, your relationship is flawed. It's not going to work. Now, I didn't say a relationship is perfect. No, nothing in life is perfect. But sex, intimacy, you better believe that is a vital component. And even for you guys who are having sex on a regular basis, however you define regular, if that shit is no good, it is no good. And if it's no good, eventually you're going to have another set of issues. We need excitement. We need desire. We need passion. We need novelty. We need adventure. We need openness, vulnerability, exploration. We need that shit. We need it. And for those of you who don't know, desire, passion, all that shit starts in the head. If you think that you can get it going get it going while you're in the bedroom, no. You got to get a motherfucker primed way before you step the fuck in the bedroom. You got to get them on ready, on go before you got them touch their ass. It starts in the head. It starts in the interaction, the communication, the touching, and all those things you do beforehand. You got to have that shit right before then. If it's right outside the bedroom, it's going to be fucking excellent. Fireworks inside the bedroom. Listen to what I said. If you are engaging in a loving, trusting, respectful, honorable way outside the bedroom, when you step into that fucking love dungeon of yours, you should be popping off the wall. It should be off the charts fireworks. And if it's not, that's a telltale sign that shit is not right in other areas. And I'm going to call it as I see it. So this wife got her husband to agree to her having a lover outside of their marriage. And I know a lot of you are going to disagree. And a number of you who are cheating think it's better to cheat in secret than to do some shit like this. We all have our different ways of living life. But me personally, I like to be open up front. You're not going to catch me doing shit. I'm going to tell your ass up front. And then I'm going to ask you what the fuck you want to do about it. What do you want to do about it? But she fell in love. So we're going to go further in the story and see where it takes us. So I'm going to fast forward a little bit to where they are present day. The husband, the wife, and the boyfriend. And then we're going to retreat and go backwards. Their relationship, the three of them, has really evolved over time. She has her husband And she has her boyfriend building a work studio for her. Yes, both men, the husband and the boyfriend and the wife or the girlfriend, all three of them are living together and working together. She brings them water while they're building her studio, and she kisses one and she tells the other one hello. But she only kisses one, and the one that she's kissing is her boyfriend. So you're saying, why she's still married? Well, we'll find out why she's still married. But the fact is, she's married and she has a boyfriend, and they both know about one another. And they all know each other, and they're all interacting and living with one another. Okay? So, this lady, has been with her boyfriend for 10 years. And she's been married to her husband even longer. Now, the husband and the wife, they consider themselves exes, but they did not get a divorce. Now, some of you are like, why? What the hell? Why? People have their reasons for what they do. Everyone doesn't have to follow the traditional path of moving out or getting a formal divorce. A marriage is just a fucking piece of paper. It only means something if you want it to mean something. But frankly, it's a piece of paper. It's the people and their commitment and their connection and their bond behind that determines if there's any weight or any substance to that marriage. But if the relationship is broken, no piece of paper is going to hold that shit together. So whether they pay for a divorce or not, if the relationship is over, the relationship is over. He only holds the title of her husband because that is what it is legally. Legally. But if she does not have all the benefits and perks that goes with having a husband, then I would say he's not her goddamn husband. The husband is the one who is with her fulfilling her needs. If someone has the title of a husband, has the paper, marriage certificate, and he can't deliver on what the fuck he needs to deliver on, he's not your husband. He's a roommate. He's a friend. He's a goddamn buddy. Yeah, we let people hold positions and titles in our lives, and we don't hold them accountable to the roles and responsibilities of that role. We cut them too much slack. If you want to be my husband, you better be my man. You better be bringing dick right, left all day long. You need to be laying that shit down for me. If you're not my husband. You're not my boyfriend. You are a friend of mine. I sound crude? How am I crude? It's the truth. If you are supposed to have a friendship, companionship, and sexual intimacy with a person, and they are not giving you that sexual intimacy, that is not your husband. That is not your boyfriend. That is not your fiance. That is your goddamn friend. That is your bud. That is your homie. And some of you people are fucking your homie. So technically your homie is your man. It's your man. And I know I'm kind of shaking and rattling people because you think because you say someone is your husband, that means they're your husband. No, to hold that position, you have to do the job. If you worked in a company and you weren't performing your role, you would lose that title, lose the goddamn job, and you would lose the benefits to go with it. So why would we handle our personal lives differently? You got to do the work to keep the goddamn title in the position. You have to do that. So the husband and wife, they still love each other. They're just not romantically involved. They're not. They're not romantically involved. They have lived together for a number of years under the same roof, and they're not in the same bedroom. Yeah, they're not in the same bedroom. They're under the same roof. And some of you are baffled, like, how can two people who are married live under the same roof, choose to live under the same roof, and they are not angry, they're not hostile, they are getting along? Like, how is that possible? Anything is possible when you come from a position of love, respect, honesty. Anything is possible. When things get tricky is when you are moving in a way that is inconsiderate, disrespectful, dishonest. That's when anger comes into play. But if you have two mature, responsible people, anything is possible. They could be together for financial reasons, living on the same roof. They could be together for personal reasons, meaning keeping the family together. But a number of you like to keep the family together and you like to pretend to be husband and wife, and you're both unhappy. I'm saying you can have a new type of family. You can have a new type of family where this person may have been your husband. You may have been romantically involved with him or her over a course of years. But as with everything, things change. And you can still keep your family unit together, but you can go get your brains banged the fuck out by somebody else. And you can still love your husband and your wife, but you can understand that you two you no longer have that what you used to have. Your relationship has evolved, your relationship has changed, and it's okay. It's not the end of the world. Just because one aspect of your marriage or relationship dies, it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to throw the entire relationship away. But what you need to do is have an open, honest conversation with the person you're with and say, hey, this is what's up. We tried to solve it. We can't fix it. My needs are still here. My life is passing me the fuck by. I love you. I respect you. But you know what? I got to go over here to get what the fuck I need. And it's nothing to do with you. It's no disrespect to you. But this is what I got to do for me. What do you think about that? How do you feel about that? Do we have an understanding? And then you work it out. That is what grown ass people do. But instead what people do is they think they're being kind. They go sneak around. They're not telling you the truth. They're dishonest. The other person thinks everything is okay. Having a sexless, buddy roommate type of relationship, and you're going over getting your freaky needs met, and the other person thinking that everything is copacetic. No, we need to be honest. If one person's unfulfilled in a relationship, I can guarantee you the other motherfucker's unfulfilled also. But everyone's painting on a happy face. No one's talking about shit. No one's doing shit. And you're just chugging along. Why you want to chug along? It looks good. It looks right. Nothing can ever look good. Nothing can ever be right if you are fucking deprived sexually. Can't work. So if you can muster the courage to expand your mind and heart and come up with new, different ways to approach things in life, you would find that life gets a lot more exciting. You can keep that relationship, that history you have with the other person, and just make a determination that you're just going to be friends, and you still have that person a part of your family. And then you can get a new motherfucker who makes you purr, roar, climb up the goddamn ceilings, and basically gives it to you any and which way you need it, you want it, you got to have it. And you can have that person in your life also. Why limit yourself? Expand. We got enough love for everybody. The love that you give may be different than what it used to be, but you don't have to shut people out of your life. If someone is special enough and you want to keep them around, then you got to have an open and honest conversation. You just say, look, I need to get fucked. We're not doing it anymore. I don't know why. We've tried. It's not working. You seem to be cool. I am horny as hell. I got to go get this shit taken care of. It has nothing to do with you. So please understand. Don't take it personal. But look, I need to get fucked. And I'm telling you up front because I'm letting you know this is what it is. And I'm telling you, don't take it personally. It has nothing to do with you. But you and I have not been jiving, diving, scratching, yanking, spanking, doing nothing for a number of time. We've tried, it's not working. So with all due respect and love, I'm getting ready to go get fucked right now, and I won't rub it in your face. Don't ask me about it, and we good, and I will see you when I get back home. That's what's up. Simple conversation. There may be some tears, there may be some crying, there may be some yelling, whatever. You get through it, you move on. The person realizes it has nothing to do with them, and they also should have enough sense to realize if I'm not bringing it, it's unreasonable and unkind of me to expect that person to go the fuck without.
So I'm going to loosen the reins of control, focus on my damn self, and figure out what the fuck I need to get my libido back. And I am going to be so happy to know that a person I truly love and care for, they're getting their needs met. I've made it easy for them to get their needs back. So when they come back to me, they'll be so happy, so pleasant, and we can just be best buddy roommates. That's what the fuck is up. What you think? Simple. Scares you? Why does it scare you? Because it doesn't look like what's conventional. It doesn't look like what you've been taught, how it needs to be taught. What I'm telling you is don't let other people dictate your life. Don't let other people come up with rules of what you should or should not do. You make the fucking rules, which is why I told you grab the reins and you ride your fucking life. You steer it in the direction you want to go. You got to take your bliss in the ways that you can get it. You cannot deprive yourself of happiness, trying to be a martyr, trying to live someone else's life. You cannot live someone else's life. You can only live your life. And if the sex is gone, if the thrill is gone, it happens. Our connections change, they weaken, they dissolve. Instead of pretending that it hasn't changed, what you do is you add some spice to your fucking life. You go to where makes your heart sing. You go to what you find attractive. And we should not thwart people from going to pursue their bliss. How you going to say you love someone and you want the best for them, but you're going to sit there and deprive them of something that makes them their best shining version of themselves, which is getting fucked. Just because you don't need it, it doesn't mean that someone else doesn't have to get it. And we take things personally that has nothing to do with us. Yes, we like to take other people's shit and smear it all over ourselves and make it our own and think that it's some type of character attack, some type of character assassination because someone else has needs. Or then you feel bad because you feel that you should have these needs and you don't have them. So if you don't have them, then naturally the other person shouldn't have them, because if they have them, that means there's something wrong with you. How about we just start accepting ourselves and how we are and not compare ourselves to someone else? You're in a league of your own. How can you ever compare yourself to another? You cannot. You are what you are. You like what you like. You want what you want. So if your sex drive is X, your sex drive is X. And you live your best life getting X fulfilled. If your sex life, your sex drive is A, your sex drive is A. And you do what you need to do in your life to fulfill your sex drive, which is A. When A starts comparing itself to X, that's when the fuck ups happen. We need to do less comparing and more minding our own business and focus on what it is that makes us happy. That's what we need to do. We're too focused on what other people think. We're too focused on what other people feel. And we're not more in tune on what the fuck we need or what we feel. You spend less energy worrying about other people and figure out what it is to get your shit purring. We would all be in a much happier place. So what happens is this. 15 years ago, the wife, she woke up in the middle of the night. She nudged her husband awake and she said to him, I need your permission to have an affair. What you think about that? I like that shit. That's fucking bold. That's some boss shit. That's the type of shit I fuck with that. I can fuck with a person who tells me up front, this is what it is. This is what it ain't. What you think? What do you think? What do you want to do about it? How do you feel? Where do we go from here? I can respect a motherfucker like that. Yeah, I can get with you on that. Because I'm not guessing. I'm not wondering. I'm not looking like a fucking fool. No. You tell me that shit up front. Hey, Tara, look. It's been real. It's been fun. But this shit is not hitting my fucking sweet spot, my goddamn G spot. And I want to tell you up front that I love you, but I'm not in love with you. I want you in my life, but I don't want you sexually. And can we still be cool? Can we still be a part of each other's life? I can fuck with that. Because then you give me a choice. You give me options. You're not fucking pushing yourself on me in a very deceptive way. I can fuck with that because they say, okay, you don't want to be with me anymore? Okay, cool. All right, that's what you want. I'm so grateful to you. Thank you so much for telling me Thank you for caring enough about yourself and caring about me to tell me this shit up front. So you going to go get your shit banged? Okay. Then I am going to do an about face. And then I'm going to go find what the fuck makes me happy. If we choose still to live together, great. If we choose to move out, great. But the fact is, if you still love a person and you want them to be a part of your life, you don't have to say goodbye. All you have to do is acknowledge and accept that that person and your relationship with them, your connection with them, it has changed. And if you can embrace that change and accept it for what it is in your life, then you can make room for a motherfucker who knows exactly what you need and want, and you can let them blow your motherfucking mind. That's what you do. See, we look at life wrong. We focus on losses. We focus on the fact that, you know what? This person, I love them. I love them. I've made love to them. I've enjoyed it. Right? And now we have lost it. Things have changed. And now they want to move on to someone else. And instead of you seeing it as an opportunity to say, yes, I get some hot new motherfucking sex in my life. Yes, yes. Oh, goddamn, yes. That's how you should look at it. But instead, you know how we look at it? Oh, they're rejecting me. They're dumping me. Why are they doing this? This is horrible. We've been together for so long. Why does this person have these needs? Something must be wrong with them. Hell no. I'm telling you, if someone says, hey, I want to fuck somebody else, you feel a little sad. You feel a little bad. You thank that motherfucker for their time. And you say, you know what? Okay, I'm getting ready to get fucked. Who is it that I'm going after? And you invite some new, fresh meat energy in your life. What the fuck y'all think about that? Huh? It's different, isn't it? It's quite intriguing, isn't it? Life is about how you look at it, how you approach it. If you change your point of view and how you look at it, life gets exciting. It gets exhilarating. It gets fucking titillating. And if you got it right, your ass will be coming all day and all night. You will have some fresh blood, meat in your body, making you realize what you have forgotten and what it's like to fucking feel alive. What do you think about that? So when you have relationships, you want people to feel open, calm, comfortable, so they can come to you and they can speak their truth. You don't want to badger a motherfucker so they don't feel comfortable talking to you and they end up cheating on you on the side and you feel like, someone has done you wrong and they're deceitful. No, what you want to do is you want to create a safe, comfortable environment where people can speak their truth without judgment. And then you let that person say what it is they need to say. You listen, you process your feelings, and then you say, you know what? Well, I didn't expect this, but it's happening nonetheless. All right, how do I make the most of this shit? Because I'm not going to be sitting around fucking boo-hooing, crying, and rubbing all over myself. No, I'm going to find another motherfucker who's going to rub, tug, spank, yank me, and I'm going to do that shit. And by the way, we can still be friends. We can still be cool, and I love you. But you know what? We are going to get fucked. We're not fucking each other, but we're going to go get some, and we can come back, kiki, kaka, laugh about that shit, and talk about it like good friends. That's how you live life. So stop looking at life like it's a loss. No, you find the gain in that shit. You twist it to your fucking advantage. You change what looks like a fucking loss and you change that shit into a gain, a plus. We get too caught up in being miserable. We get too caught up in the losses in the mind. Oh, fuck that shit. Motherfucker doesn't want to fuck you. Cool. There's always somebody else who's ready to bring it and to sling it. Simple. Bring it and sling it. If the person you're with is not bringing it and slinging it, then you know what? You get to find someone else. It's going to be nervous. It's going to be exciting. It's going to be a whole number of things. And I know it's scary. And I know it's uncomfortable. But that's life. That's how you grow. That's how you feel alive. That is how you feel different sensations. You can meet someone who can make you feel like, oh my God, I did not realize I could feel all this shit. Then you're going to be saying, where the fuck have you been all my life? Yeah. You're going to be looking like, oh shit, I've been with this motherfucker for all this time. And I thought, sex fucking was like this. And now I meet you and I realize, oh my goodness, what I've been missing out. Yes, you have to take what appears to be a negative, Turn it into a positive, because there's something there waiting for you to blow your fucking minds and have you climbing the walls like goddamn Spider-Man or Spider-Woman. But if you don't take that opportunity and chance and you get caught up in negativity, you're going to miss out. So this husband and wife, they actually stayed together because they had a 2-year-old child. They had a 2-year-old child. And what happened is that when their 2-year-old child actually left their family bed, they were alone again with one another in that bed. And it was clear that there was a big ass hole where passion should be. They felt no passion, desire, lust, nothing for each other. And they knew that they needed to bring it back. They tried to bring the shit back. They went through counseling, sex therapy, lingerie, this, that, and the other. But nothing worked. Nothing worked. So what do people normally do? What people normally do is they say, you know what? We've been together. I'm comfortable with you. I don't want to date again. It's familiar. I'll fuck it. I'll pretend. I'll fucking jerk off, whack off, and we'll continue our marriage. Some other people will get a divorce. But I'm saying to you is you have more options than that. If you open your mind and be a lot more courageous and not give a fuck what other people think, you can keep your long-term partner, companion that you've known and keep them in your life. And then you can have someone else in your life. There's never enough love. The more people you have to show you love and friendship form, family form, companionship, there's all different types of love, and we should never shy away from having as much love in our life as possible. Now, I'm not saying that you got to have sexual love with 20 different people. No, you can be sexually involved with someone else and get that love there. If you prefer more, you prefer more. We're all different. But what I'm saying to you is you should never restrict the love that you can have in your life. Don't restrict it. Just realize, okay, our relationship has changed. Our connection bond has changed. It's okay. I'll just move this person over to this other position, which will make space for someone else to come fuck me all day and night. Simple. And if the person's not caught up in their ego and pride, and you're not caught up in your ego and pride, it can end up being a win-win, beautiful situation. You just have an expanded family. That's it. So nothing worked. The wife still had needs. And she wanted to figure out how they can come to an agreement. And when she asked him, he says, I don't want to know and don't bring it home. I don't want to know, don't bring it home. And I would say that's a fair compromise considering what he just agreed to. Both of them don't want to get divorced. They have a 2-year-old child. They don't want to be house hopping back and forth. They want to keep the family together, but they understand that they've moved into a co-parenting type of relationship instead of the traditional husband and wife romantic relationship. And that's okay. It's no reflection on his manhood, on her womanhood. It means nothing. All it means is that their bond, their relationship, their connection is changed. That shit is G-O-N-E. G-O-N-E. That means it's gone. That part is gone. But the love is still there. So if the love is still there, why shut that shit down? No, you keep that love in your life. You keep that support system. You keep that friend. And you go find a new toy, a new sex toy. You go find it. You deserve it. You deserve that shit. You deserve to be happy. And if your husband has no sex interest, no sex drive, that brings him happiness, then he deserves that. But we all deserve happiness, and we need to understand and acknowledge when a relationship used to be working, it's no longer working. The sexual part has fallen through the cracks, but everything else is still kosher and good. Then you know what? You keep those other parts that work. You talk to that person, say, look, our relationship has changed. I want you still in my life, but I need to have someone else in my life to fulfill this type of role because you and I are no longer compatible in that part. But I still love you with all my heart and dearly, but I'm going to be moving on to someone else, and let's stay together and still continue to be a family. That's some grown shit. It's some new age stuff for some of you guys, but if you open your minds and heart and accept love in many different ways, it will make your life a lot easier. So this went on for several years, which means she had many sexual partners. She met the men at hotels and at their homes in the hills. But one day, she met someone and fell for him immediately. And because of the strength of their bond and connection, she chose to tell her husband. And when she chose to tell her husband, you know what he said to her? He said, this wasn't our agreement. Yeah. And you're saying, hell yeah, he's right. This wasn't their agreement. But what I tell you about life, I told you things change. Things evolved. Now, all these years have gone by. She's kept it out of the home. She's kept it out from in front of his face. They've been cool. They've been living together like roommates. But he hasn't found someone. Dude is okay with life and his quote unquote wife, a friend-based wife, and living together. He didn't have those needs. So when she came back to him saying, you know, I found someone, and he's sitting here saying, you know what, that wasn't our agreement. It's true, that wasn't their agreement. But shit changes. And you should expect it to change. Nothing stays status quo. Everything in life is fluid, is moving, it's evolving. So if you have someone who's a friend with benefits and you're fucking, and it's going great, you better understand and you better believe that the nature of that relationship is going to change. Someone's going to develop feelings. Both may develop feelings. One may want to leave and have friends with benefits with someone else. That's what life happens. That's what happens in life. Things change. So for him to sit here and say, you know, that wasn't our agreement. That is true. That wasn't their agreement. But things have evolved. Things have changed. And you have to roll with the punches. Nothing will ever stay the same. If you're having an affair and it seems fun, it seems clean, it seems innocent, no strings attached, you should already know at some point in the future, something is going to happen to disrupt your fucking apple cart. And at that point in time, the both of you will have to decide, do you continue or do you not? Do you change your relationship to something? This is how it works. Everything is headed in a direction. Nothing stagnates. Listen to what I said. Those of you who are having fun and living your life, you have to understand everything is moving. Nothing stays still. Nothing is in stagnation. So every relationship you have, it has a life cycle. It has a process. Yeah. And that's when shit starts to get real. So I have mad respect for the woman, for the fact that she's honest and she came back to him and told him what the fuck was up. And she didn't force it down his throat. They had a calm, mature conversation about what's going on and why. And naturally the husband was taken aback. But he had to understand, and he did understand what was going to happen. Either they were going to divorce and move apart, or he was going to have to choose to adjust, to adapt, to compromise even more. He had no choice. And he had to choose the lesser of the two evils. He had to choose what made the most sense for him. Now the wife, she was motivated by different interests. When she came to him and said, look, there's someone in my life. I want them more involved. And the husband said, this wasn't our agreement. And the husband said that maybe we should divorce and move apart. But the wife, she didn't want that because she was a child of divorce. And she could not and did not want to have her child waking up in a house without her. And having to drop her child off to her father's house. Well, you're saying, well, you know what? If she doesn't want it, then she should stop being so fucking horny and stop fucking people and just go home and be with her husband. Yeah, that's one point of view. But she's miserable. Why would you want a child to grow up around miserable ass people who are unfulfilled? Because then you're teaching that child not to go after your dreams, not to go after your happiness, not to live your bliss. You don't want a child in that type of environment. Everyone needs and deserves to be surrounded by love. And the more people you have around you that loves you, and whether it be a fatherly way, a friend way, a mentor way, a teacher guide way, a romantic way, we need more love in our life. So if all we have to do is expand our minds and hearts and look at things differently, then you should do that. It makes your life a lot easier and more fulfilling. So this husband sat back saying, okay, divorce, move away, or compromise and still keep the people that I love and keep what I have going and just reconcile with the fact that there will be some changes. So he made the best decision for himself, and they both decided that they were going to stay together. And she was going to have her family and her boyfriend. Yeah. She kept her family and brought her boyfriend into this. How did she get to that point? Well, the husband, he couldn't think of any other alternatives. The only option that he saw was divorce and move apart. But the wife, she's very creative, and she actually loves her husband. So what she said to him is this. She suggested that they could be roommates. Married roommates that have a child. And he agreed. Now, some of you think, oh, that's not very manly. How is it not very manly? I think it's very manly. It's very loving. It's very respectful. It's very courageous. He loves his child. He loves his wife. He has no romantic interest in her. She has no romantic interest in him. But why should they separate if they can be in each other's company and produce a loving environment? The boyfriend wasn't stepping on his toes. The boyfriend wasn't trying to be the father of his child. He's not sleeping with his wife. The boyfriend is. So there's no overlap. There's no overstepping of boundaries. It's just an expansion. So he agreed, and she got her boyfriend and her husband. And then what happened? Months later, she decided that she wanted to introduce her boyfriend to their son. And again, the husband says, we need to move apart. I don't want your boyfriend meeting our child. But eventually he knew if he took a hard stance like that, he had more to lose than to gain. Yeah, we have these bad habits of drawing lines in the sand, but what we're doing is we're cutting off our nose to spite our face. We're doing things in a way that looks right for other people instead of doing what's right for us. We have to live for ourselves. So he realized, if I stay like this, if I keep doing this way, I'm going to lose her. I'm going to lose seeing my child every day. And I am going to be alone versus surrounded by the people I consider my family. So he compromised and he adjusted for love for himself, love for his child, and love for his wife/ex. What do you guys think about that? A wife has a husband and a boyfriend, and you think it's scandalous. But all I'm trying to tell you is, if you change your point of view, you change how you look at life, and you look at life through the lens of being loving and respectful, all this ego-based bullshit that we live our life by, these rules of what we can do, what we can't do, all that is shackles. It prevents you. It stifles. It thwarts your happiness. If we stop being selfish and imposing ourselves on the others and focus on ourselves and our happiness and not judge ourselves and call ourselves inadequate or weird, we open up a whole number of ways and days of us being more happy. We don't have to be angry, sad, and bitter. We can be patient, loving, respectful, and honorable, and be true to ourselves and be more fulfilled. But when you try to live your life in this cookie cutter way, saying, no, you're married to me, you're only having sex with me. If you want to have sex with somebody else, then we need to get divorced. And then the anger and the bitter and the resentment starts. You don't have to do that. You can do whatever the fuck you want to do. And as long as you're being open, honest, honorable, and respectful, you do that shit. But I'm going to tell you this. Guys, stop pretending like it's okay to be deprived romantically, intimately, sexually. Stop coming up with fucking reasons, justifications, and excuses to give yourself some type of mania about you having some type of issue. Sometimes the real person with the issue in your relationship is not you. It's the motherfucker who's pointing the finger. And having issues is a part of life. But we have to know and understand ourselves and realize, I don't think this problem is mine. I think the problem is with the person that I'm with and I love, and they're not aware of this, so they're blaming it on me. But we have to figure out a way to navigate this and deal with this. You don't have to lose yourself. You never want to lose yourself in a relationship. You got to hold on to you. You got to stay true to you. That is how you be the best person that you can be. You be there for someone if they're having issues, but being there for someone does not mean making their problems yours. You have needs for a reason, and you need to respect and understand that. There are some people who don't want sex and intimacy. There are some people who used to want it and no longer want it. There's some people who stop wanting it and they're going to meet the right motherfucker who's going to make them want it again. There's going to be some people who want it all the time. But you have to understand the nature of relationships. You have to understand the nature of human beings and our needs, our want and desire. And you have to understand if someone has a need, want and desire, it has nothing to do with you. Don't make it personal. Don't take it personally. Separate yourself from that person. Realize, okay, they need to get fucked. I don't need to, but they need it. And I love them. I'm going to let them go. Do what they need to do. And I'm going to focus on me and do what I need to do. Simple, clean, loving, respectful, easy. And if other people got a problem with you having a husband and a boyfriend, or a wife and a girlfriend, frankly, the one that's upset is the motherfucker with the issue. And the other person has the issue, I would say that's not your problem. You're saying that's cruel. No, what people need to do is mind their fucking business and handle their own issues and stop projecting that on someone else. Live your life. The people who got the problem need to solve their own problem, and you should not make it your issue. Live your life. Open your mind, open your heart, open your eyes, be courageous, and take life by the horns and ride that son of a bitch to your happiness. You deserve it. You deserve it. You want it. You look for it. You reach for it. You grab it. Live your best life. Come back and join me next week.
Are you disappointed this has come to an end? Well, it doesn't have to. Reach out and let me know what you think about this episode and my podcast. You can try and slide into my DM, but I will kick your ass out. So I suggest you hop into my DM on Instagram at Difficult and Demanding, or Twitter at Mrs. D&D, or leave a comment on one of my posts. Did you enjoy yourself? Was it everything you didn't expect and more? Of course it was. Why else do you listen to me? I'll be waiting for you to return to me for another difficult and demanding experience. Episode 68 is here on March 8th, 2019 from the I'm Difficult and Demanding podcast.